Hey, I'm Brian Lamar. Thanks for coming. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about today, about how we're redefining distribution. And there's a lot of complexity in that statement. I'm going to try and give you some high-level thoughts and overviews, and really what I would like for you to leave with is the recognition of we're all involved in continuous improvement, and we all have things in our business, and sometimes we're not even aware of them, and we need a trusted advisor with the level of experience and scale to sit down. And so we do have a consultative approach, and I thought it would be interesting for me, I think, to start with a little bit of an overview, just very high level, about who we are, give you a chance to get to know us. So, we build, connect, power, and protect the world. And I'm going to start here by talking about product, because product is extremely important, and we are built to meet your supply needs. We're a Fortune 200 company. We have over $2 billion worth of inventory around the world at any given time. That's a lot to manage, right? Same day delivery, next day delivery. You're talking about 30,000 vendors, over 15,000 products that we have to manage globally. So we're creating global specifications and moving that material around the world. Technical excellence, I'm very lucky to work with 12,000 salespeople around the world. We have a culture of continuous improvement, our training programs. I sold actually to Anixter and Wesco a long time ago, and I love the way that they differentiate. They're always looking to be at the forefront of the next technology. They're thinking ahead. I would suggest that if we have a superpower, and it all depends on your business, what your needs are, but we are global, and we are truly brick and mortar in all these countries. So it is very cliche, very common for people to say that they're global, but since the 70s, we have been embedded around the globe, brick and mortar, operating in local currencies. We manage customs, we manage tariffs. That's been top of mind lately. So that's a bit of a snapshot of who we are. And I think one thing to note on this slide is that we've been around for 101 years. So we are an extremely financial stable company. We're very predictable from that perspective. And I've been here 11 years and hope for many more. So we'll keep moving. So let's talk about a service forward approach. What is it? You can get product, right? I just talked to you about the level of investment that we have in making sure that you can get product. We want it to be close to you, close to your customers. We want to make sure that we can manage all the requirements to get that material in country, move it around to different companies after we acquire it, if we pre-provision it. So getting product is important. It's important to us, it's important to you. What I think about every day is what happens, what is the journey of that product after you acquire it. So through that process, and I will tell you that the overwhelming majority of things that I have personally implemented in our business come from customer requests. Our customers come to us, we identify a challenge, something that they need help with in order to scale their business, to become more efficient, more effective. And some of those ideas are, I'll tell you, I have to write these down because I'm so passionate about services. If I don't write them down, then unfortunately I just go on way too long. But think about some of these things that I'm going to say, and try to tie them back into your business. And I would also say, try to fully understand the cost of what it takes to do some of these things. Do you have high-level subject matter experts doing less productive labor? Is that the best use of their time? Is there another option? And there is. For us, we will pre-provision product all around the world. So we offset lead times, we mitigate supply chain challenges, but then we can also DOA check it. We can asset tag it. We can IP address it. We can rack and stack it. And then we can get it to the right country, the right city, the right building in the right room, dock to dock, or white glove. So I think, if you think about moving boxes around, if you think about PO consolidation, if you think about the challenges in your company and the cost of writing 40 or 50 purchase orders to disparate organizations versus consolidating that spend, there's a significant level of value there. So, one thing that's top of mind at this show, it's been top of mind of us for some time, and I think we're just so extremely well positioned. Here at Wesco, we are the market leader in physical security. And this is where this initiative really spawned from. The command and control, just like most of the technologies that we're talking about in this room, have become interoperable. There's much less proprietary product out there. Every hyperscale, we all watch the news, we talk about AI. Every hyperscale, every one of these buildings has a command and control room. There's a phenomenal opportunity for those of us in the AV market to participate in the hyperscale business and the level of investment, and it's going to go on for a long time. There's also sound and paging. So there's a myriad of opportunity for us in there, and once again, we are the global leader in IT, infrastructure products, and data centers. So the broadcast, and I really enjoyed the previous panel. I've been in broadcast for 27 years and sort of migrated into the enterprise market, but the level of disruption that we've seen over the years has been significant, and it's a challenge. And I think some of the results of those challenges ended up being something that was unique. There was a lot of tribal knowledge in the broadcast market. If you walk into 30 Rock, they're going to do things differently than they do at CBS. And now with all the M&A, there's just an immense amount of disparate systems out there. So the beauty is it's all becoming standards-based. And to talk to a broadcast engineer about standards-based, things that IT contractors are extremely familiar with, they need a Sherpa. They need somebody to help them. So we certainly can help them manage through the process of rebuilding, pulling some of those disparate technologies together, building a single standard across their organization. We do operate with the Sports Video Group, the Society of Broadcasting Engineers. I've been to 1,000 of those meetings, and right now I'm more popular than ever. I think for a few years when I was selling Belden 75 ohm, I was a pizza guy. And now we're the technology leaders. We can walk in and we can help them design their data centers, their content delivery networks. We can help them manage the end devices. We can help them manage the endpoints. And we can even go so far as to manage the facility for them. I'll talk more about that in just a little bit. So entroCIM, I'm extremely excited about this. I love Wesco for many reasons. But we are M&A heavy, and this is yet another case where the industry has pivoted to a point where they have a degree of recognition that with all the disparate systems, building systems, I'm not just talking about AV, I'm talking about HVAC and security. Those are disparate systems, so how do you get those to one pane of glass so you can effectively manage your system? IT departments can actively in real time monitor all systems, and there is cause and effect within those systems. entroCIM is the answer. These guys have 30 years of innovation experience. Look at that last bullet. 5 million data records added daily. It's mind-blowing, and it is accelerating significantly. So in order to take all those end devices and put them on one pane of glass where you have the opportunity to manage it, it's actually not a luxury, it's going to become a requirement. So here's another one, and I'm particularly excited about this one. This is another acquisition, and back to the financial stability of our business. We do have the luxury of acquiring companies that help provide solutions that our customers are asking us for. And when we look, I'm going to the next one. Sorry about that. When we go to Ascent Business Data Center Management, one of the challenges with all the investment out there is this the recognition of staffing qualified, certified humans with experience to manage data centers. So I'll make a very quick story. I was up at one of the broadcast networks, I won't mention which one, and they said, look, all right, this is great, we're gonna build this data center. It's all data center best practice. Of course, there's some SMPTE nuances and things like that, but they are essentially data centers. Now, how are they gonna manage it? Broadcast engineers, the idea of managing a data center is foreign to them. So we can bring in a team that have the experience. If I go back in time just a little bit, Annixter, before they were acquired by Wesco, developed 4-pair standards. If anybody heard of Category 3, Category 4, Category 5, that was us. We worked with the UL. We worked with the EIA, TIA. So we know what we're doing. And the opportunity to go in there with a team that can manage security and access control, of course the audio-visual portion, the CNC, the sound and paging, the HVAC, all the moves, adds, and changes required in that facility, map it out and admin them to the standards set by the EIA, TIA. Imagine the learning curve that broadcast engineers, who I love dearly, they're my best friends in the world, but that level of unwinding what they know and driving into a technology that's standards-based is a significant challenge. So if you can come in and do that for them, and we're all likely aware of fixed versus variable costs, we can scale based on need, it's a significant advantage. And this was one where, for the most part, it was our customers that came to us and said, how are we going to manage this after we build it? MTECs, colos, it's just amazing the level of investment. There's 24% CAGR in the hyperscale market. So think about that level of investment. Think about all those facilities. If you need help managing them, we're the right people to talk to. So, I keep missing the button. So, time to think differently. So a little bit about, our services. I mentioned that to you. I encourage you, if you have an issue, if you have a challenge, whether it's CapEx, OpEx, whether it's material, getting material around the world, whether it's a technology, if you are an AV integrator and you would like to layer in another discipline into your business, again, we're the market leader in physical security. We can enable you to go after new revenue streams. We can enable you to go in and fully understand and get ingrained in the infrastructure community. So you do understand what EIA, TIA 569 is. You do understand pathways. You do understand interconnect. You do understand all the things that are required in order for you to build a strong, viable, sustainable infrastructure network. Command and control, look, it's just a phenomenal market for us. We have best-in-class manufacturers. I absolutely encourage you to get to the booth and take a look at some of the demos that they're doing. When you look at the level of complexity that's been removed, low complexity, high volume is a good thing for a lot of us, right? It depends on your business, but it is a good thing. And we're extremely well positioned to move at scale and help enable you to take advantage of that business. A lot of people I know walk by it for a while before they finally realize it looks scary, but it's really not. It's really not. So, entroCIM, fantastic. I just think it's going to be a necessary component of everybody's business. Ascent, I think that as we move forward, of course, we all sit on a lot of panels, we all have a lot of conversations, and I spend most of my time on planes out in the world listening to customers. It's just going to be a bigger and bigger challenge. Build them and manage them. And we build them. We build them in controlled environments. So a great opportunity for any of you that are either currently involved in that business, or if you'd like to get into business, we can help liaise you in there and help generate new revenue streams or make your staff better. So look, I think in summary, it is a challenge. We are a massive business, and I have a very small group. My group is focused exclusively on helping to make sure that we make your business, we create better outcomes for your business. If you get a chance to come to our booth, there's 200 plus years of broadcast experience there. There's hundreds of years of infrastructure business. No question is too simple. We deal with the most complex architects, engineering firms on the planet. We also deal with people that are trying to find another opportunity to scale into an IT department. AV is in the IT department. Security's IT department. Everything is an endpoint now. We focus on IT departments and our ability to help enable them to get the outcomes they want. So please come by the booth. We really love it. Even if you have a very complex, we actually love complexity. I think that's a significant value of ours. We have a knack for removing emotion out of challenging deployments. We have a knack for taking those things that are extremely complex and putting them in a format that is understandable, actionable, and gets us all where we want to go. So appreciate your time. Please swing by the booth.